that certain people can't even be around you because your energy is so strong. Vibrate so high that anybody that's wishing to do evil upon you, it shall be revealed. Vibrate so high that any evil entity feels uncomfortable in your presence.
Yo. Yeah. Everything straight. We're waiting on you. Alright, say less. I got you.
Yo, we back at it like crack at it. It's your boy Cross, Boss Cross, Big CEO Cross Your Heart. Man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate the numbers going up, short reels going through the roof, man. Man, I couldn't be much happier. The subscriptions going up. So y'all keep on tapping in. Right now, we got my man Ja Muhammad in the building from the minds of Ja. Salute, Ja.
Salute, my brethren. Peace to all the kings and queens of the universe. You know, we plugged in.
You already know. So Ja got this one right here that was a little disturbing. This was in Detroit, man. And we talk about how in our culture, things are getting out of control. We were talking about, like you said, man, it was sickening. Last week, those 8 kids was unalived there. They running down on each other from all ages. Now, let's switch it to the young girls. Now, we also have heard like the young girls are getting more violent as well. You know what I'm saying? They taking on a lot of the personas of the young men. So this one bothered me because imagine, now you know how it is. Imagine you might been at your cousin's house, right? And your cousin say, let's go to the park. So y'all go to the park. Y'all young. Say you're about 11 years old. You go into the park. And it's somebody else over there at the park that usually is always somebody going to fight. Now, they fight your cousin. Now, they going to fight your cousin. You jump in to help your cousin. But when you jump in to help your cousin, here come a man's mama coming this way. Now, usually in situations, what usually happens from a grown person point of view back in our days, they would say, boy, you better stop before I tell your mom and get your butt whooped. Or I want you to go into it before we get into this.
Right. Depending on the situation, if we walked up on a situation or we were approached while we were interacting in that type of scenario, the adult would first break it up because, 2 against 1 would be unfair. It's unfair as we've, so the adult would break it up. If there was 2 children fighting and they needed to fight and they continued to be upset each other, the adult would supervise a contest between the 2. Yeah. So to make sure that contest is fair and at the point the lesson was taken and made. So as a community, that's what we used to do. Okay. Nowadays it's different.
It's a little different. Okay, I'm glad you said that to get your opinion. So what we're going to do is we're going to show this little young lady, 11-year-old girl, right? And let's talk about what happened in her situation.
It hurts a lot.
A trip to a school playground on Sunday, July 9th, has now left an 11-year-old traumatized and in lots of pain.
My cousin and a girl, they had started fighting. And then once they got done fighting, she was like, I got something for y'all.
That something was a substance believed to be acid.
Her mother.
So I'm going to stop right there. There are 2 kids. The mama walks up, you know what I'm saying? And the little girl said, I got something for you. I mean, what child at 11-year-old has a bottle of acid?
Some lie. That's what she had. Children that are instructed by their parents to carry it. See, like if she would have had a knife or, prospectively, possibly a gun. See, those type things are influenced by our society. But throwing acid is something that's been influenced by an adult, been taught, educated, and more so, she may not have even just been taught and, educated. She could have been told, instructed to do as such.
Okay, let's keep going.
Met her in the park, by the park,
and gave her the substance, the chemical, to throw on the
So
kids.
let's go back. Listen to what they said.
The park and gave her the substance, the chemical,
Oh,
to throw on the kids.
my
Met
bad.
her in
Right.
She's like, I got some for y'all.
That something was a substance believed to be acid.
her mother met her in the park, by the park, and gave her the substance, the chemical, to throw on the kids. And she told
That's crazy, ain't it, Ja? What is
Yes.
this world coming to? That mother, that is sick.
She should be arrested and treated with first-degree assault. In the worst, you know, she should go to prison, bro. Word is bond.
Like, man, come on, man. You and as an adult, if you out there, like you said, you go out there and you break it up. You break it up. You don't let nobody jump on your kid, but you break it up, or you say, hey, let's have a fair one. If that's the case, you don't go out there because you see your kid out there, and instead of, I mean, these are 11-year-old kids.
But we got to look at the mentality of our society now too. So the children, like
Yeah.
we were taught, we weren't just taught not to fight. We weren't just taught how to fight, but most importantly, we were taught why to fight. And
Right.
you sometimes you could have been in what you believe was the right, but you really was the wrong. And your parent, I know I've been chastised before for being wrong when I thought I was right, and being the executioner or the executor of someone else's punishment that I believe was punishment. However,
Right.
I know for a fact what lie is like and what it looks like. I watched my uncle throw lie on the face of two men. You feel me? When I was a young
Wow.
kid. So I know he used to carry lie, right? In a baby jar. You know them little baby food, them little Gerber
Yeah.
baby food joints?
Yep.
He used to have one like a little small baby, the little baby bottle joint. And man, that was one of his weapons. And I watched him throw that shit on two men right in front of the crib, bro. And they did just like them girls did, yell and run and holler because that acid is burning. And, you know, normally they would have to go to the hospital right away because it don't stop burning until it gets
Yeah,
to
that's
the
why I
bone.
said it. And just imagine, like you say, two young kids, 11-year-old, not knowing the severe consequences. What if that girl, because her mama just handed to her, what if that girl had threw it on top of her head and poured it on top of her head, bro?
Right. She got them burns because of them clothes. They had clothes on. If that joint would have made contact with joint made contact with the skin. My uncle used to mix sugar water and lye together so it sticks to you when it touch you and then it don't come off.
Yeah.
So it keeps burning. You feel me? And for them, they had clothes on. That's why they was probably saved of some extreme severity, but you could see it still burned the skin. And you know how long a burn lasts, bro? Like a burn, the pain of a burn lasts a long time. Far after you look at it like it's being healed, it still burns. Like I've been burnt before, so I know.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine getting burnt with lye, which is acid.
Yeah. Man, let's keep going.
the kids that's what they get for messing with her daughter.
All the kids were able to scatter quickly, avoiding harm, but De'Ara Summers soon realized she left her purse, went back to grab it, putting her in harm's way.
2 seconds after it hit me, it just like started burning.
De'Ara's brother was also at the park and called home to tell his mom what he saw.
Smoke was coming off her body from head to toe, and holes were coming in her clothes. And he said that they were all running home from the park.
De'Ara was rushed to a local hospital with severe burns.
Damn, you see that dog? It's like peels right down the skin.
Yeah. That's because they had it set up. They had, you know what's deep, bro?
That's premeditated, bro.
Like how could like it's one thing for you to break up children from beating up your child. We were taught, hey, if you being bullied, come on, you got to learn boxing or karate to defend yourself against a bully. Now you have parents, and you got to understand this too, that what we were taught that because we were in a masculine authoritative environment. Now we're in a feminine authoritative environment, And that allows people to do the most extreme things in order to
That's true.
so-called protect themselves
Off
or to
emotion.
defend themselves, right? And that's how these young boys is like the way they are. And now we see the source code of that, because this young girl
That's crazy.
is scarred for the rest of her life for something that the other girl would never really mean in her heart. The other girl didn't mean
she
to do
did that out of being
Nah,
right.
she did that out of following the instructions of her mother. See, so it's her mother that didn't care. It's her mother, and I mean, sometimes, bro, the punishment that we do to others, the punishment of what we do to others should be done to us. Like the mom should be sat down and you know, tied down to a chair, and let somebody put the acid on her in certain spots. Hey, we're gonna make sure we remove it once it burned to the bone, but we're gonna make sure you experience the same stuff she experienced. See, because
it's dead
they
wrong,
used
man.
to want to throw it on your face so you couldn't hide it. I remember one of my friends, Aisha, threw it on Denise's face, and Denise had a burn mark on her cheek for the rest of her life. And she was light-skinned, pretty girl. You know, they were fighting. And she came out, same thing. The girls, but you know, they were teenagers. You know, they were older. They were, you know, 18, 19 years old, almost grown. And and you know, she threw it and hit Denise in the face, burnt the hole in Denise's cheek. I said, that's the back in the day. That's what they used to use it for, to scar you. You feel me? But now you're doing it for children. That, like, bro, that's a top
crazy.
Felony, bro. That's a top felony, bro.
That's horrendous.
Class A felony right there.
Let's keep going here with say.
I had third and second degree all the way from my back down.
De'Ara is also having difficulties walking, and her mom is so emotionally overwhelmed, she has difficulties working.
No sleep, no eating, no nothing. Because I have to make sure my daughter's needs are met.
The family has started a GoFundMe account to help pay for the unexpected medical bills. Now, this family wants justice.
I'm really bothered by the fact that the suspects are still walking around freely.
Detroit police tell Fox 2 it's not their case because it took place on the property of a Detroit Public Schools Community District playground, and therefore DPSCD police are investigating. We reached out to DPSCD and are told police are still investigating. They also released a statement which reads in part, "The incident did not involve our employees, or was it connected to a district or school event. This is a community matter involving two families that do not both attend our school district or the school." As this
Let's stop there. What you think about that?
Okay, so y'all telling me that it's clear that I have to get justice in my own matter. Like, there's no justice there. Okay,
right.
Understood.
That's what blew my mind.
Okay, understood. Okay, understood. So have the same energy.
Police, if they all taking the same oath and going to police academy,
and it's assault. Like have the same energy now. When I take the law, and like what you're telling me is that there is no law for that. And being that there is no law for that, I can now surmise a moral law, a human law, and exercise that. That's what you're telling me. See, because like I said, it's only in certain communities. In other communities, that would be an outrage.
Definitely, if somebody saw it, I mean, they know it. I mean, it's like
in other communities, that would be beyond outrage. In our community,
this is crazy.
It just is what it is.
It's what it is.
Mom fights for justice. She says she's also fighting to make sure her daughter does not become depressed.
I just give her words of encouragement. Let her know she's still beautiful. This is just a minor setback for a major comeback. She's gonna come up on top, and justice will be served.
In Detroit, Ingrid Kelly, Fox 2 News.
There's a duality of fault.
Oh yeah,
as well.
John, so yeah.
Yeah, there's really, you know, we're not going to act as if that, even though she didn't deserve that, they were also in commission of doing something wrong. You feel me? And that's another problem our people got, being able to discern danger. because the mother seen that. Now, the mother would have been better putting her hands on the children. See, you'd have been better off putting your hands on the children, just snatching them up, or even if you had to smack one of them, because we already know how those children probably may have been talking, like her. You know, we know your daughter is a victim of a malicious attack, but the attack is not being accredited as an attack because she was defending herself.
Right.
And that's what a lawyer is going to say. A lawyer's going to say, hey, it was more than once. It was more than one person, and it's more than once.
You can say it's almost like you say, well, it's like you say, if you hit me, you can't tell me how I'm supposed to hit you back.
Right. And that's what I was about to say. Men practice the reality of consequence. Women don't. Because a woman is it's really rare. If a daughter is raised right, you never really got to chastise your daughter extensively.
Right.
See, sometimes if your daughter isn't raised right, it's because you haven't chastised her, so she don't have the comprehension of consequence, which a lot of males don't have right now. 35 and under, they really don't have, consciousness of consequence. They run around acting like nothing's going to happen when you can do the worst to other people. So the consideration of consequence is something, because we were taught early. You can control what you do to people, but you can't control what people do back to you. See? So you can control how you hit. You just can't control, like if I slap you, you can't say nothing if the person punched me back. Right. I should have punched him the first time. See? Yeah.
If
then
the
person would have
once you can't determine what the
consequence is. Yeah, you only get to choose your actions, as we were told at our house. You get to choose your actions. You do not get to choose your consequence. You do not get to choose your discipline. You're beaten. You do not get to choose that. You get to choose what you do before that could prevent you. See, you can say, I ain't getting no beating. That way we learn, don't do the crime. Don't violate the law. But we live in a world without laws, where people are just the line of the borders of laws, bro. Laws don't exist no more, and it's crazy because that's a double hit right there, because not only did the little girl get assaulted,
and the mother shouldn't even have custody of the child.
Well,
let's be honest.
Once again. That's to be determined by those who see the actual maliciousness in the act. If the mother's going to decry what she should decry. Defense of my daughter. There's nothing no one else can. You can't tell a mother bird. I was watching this little video with these eagles, and the crow is a real menace to the eagles, right? Eagles do things to crows, right? Because crows be a menace. Crows come up and steal the, chicks and kill the chicks and all that stuff. And crows will kill the chicks, but don't eat them, because the crows just don't want the chicks to become eagles. You feel me? Like big eagles. But I was watching this video where the crow was in there, pecking and killing the chick. But the mother eagle seen it. And the mother eagle came to the nest and seen the dead chick and was like, yo, what the hell? So the mother gave a call out and said she seen the crow, because the crow was still flying around, like the raven was still flying around, like he don't give a damn. Right. She seen him though. Normally they ignore them, because a crow will get on the eagle's back and ride them, pecking on their neck, like But the eagle will just soar high until the crow would lose oxygen and fall out, and they fall to the ground, right? Fall to the earth and die. So the eagle, but this eagle seen the crow flying, and she let a call out and told them other eagles in the community that this guy's a baby killer. But them eagles chased his ass and caught him, ripped him apart in midair.
Well, I can believe that. That's what I'm saying.
And that was his penalty for down there pecking on the baby eagles. So when you dealing with somebody's child, mother, it really don't matter whether you're another child, whether you're an adult, whether you're an adolescent, whether you're an animal, mothers will attack dogs and bears for their children. Mothers will attack other babies for their children. And even though that mother was extreme, the other mother has culpability of the behavior of her daughter and her niece. And that's something that hasn't been addressed. The culpability of your daughter and niece. Why were they jumping someone? And we don't know who started the fight. They could have been, very well could have been the bullies of the girl that mother called for that defense. You see, however, the severity of such penalty is not in concordance with being an adult or being a parent. And because of that, she needs to be addressed, arrested, and prosecuted for that before someone takes it upon themselves to execute justice in their own manner. And that means doing something to her daughter. See, the same people might catch her daughter out there and burn her daughter in retribution. Now we just got this thing going back. So
you're right.
As a community, we need to come together, though, bro, and start addressing these things.
Yes,
not just calling the cops. Calling the cops is redundant.
It's redundant. You know? So I think again, accountability, man, and this situation right here is very unfortunate because two girls in a situation where if it's not accountability, again, it just breeds more other stuff. So again, we're gonna wrap it up. Ja, I appreciate you on this one with me. Again, like you said, we gotta stop calling the police, and we need to start policing each other, especially these kids. Like I said, that's why I asked you at first back in the days how it would have been, because somebody would have stopped them. They wouldn't have got out to do no bodily harm. They would have stopped them kids from hurting each other. And that's what the main thing is. We got to start taking control of our kids and accountability. And that mother has no business, because it's deeper than that. You would put your child, forget the other kid, that girl that was hurt, but you would put your child in a situation where your child could be taken away from you. That shows you the lack of accountability. Even though you protecting your child, like you said, you would have been better off trying to restrain them or break them up and say, go get your mama. Like they used to say, go get your mama, come back.
Right. Because she used an adult weapon on a child. Yeah. It's like she gave her daughter a gun and been like, go get him. Same thing. Like give her daughter a gun and be like, go kill them niggas. Because that's what, like, man, if she would hit that girl in the eye or the face,
that's why
severely,
and
bro, your face will melt. I watched the man touch his skin, and the skin came off everywhere he touched. So,
but that's what I'm saying. Think about it. It is the fact that she was just there to help. So, y'all kids, be careful. Like I said again, you don't know everybody. Just because you with somebody, you trying to help them know the situation, and let's not do that. But I got to get up out of here. And on that note, I want to say peace. Y'all follow the Mind of Ja, and y'all will see some more uploads. I got more uploads, more lives we're going to do. On that note, I want to say peace, y'all.
Peace.